On the WW2 front lines, even the smallest comfort could be fatal. A single spark or wisp of smoke could betray your position to a sniper or artillery spotter. Lighting a fire meant risking not just your life, but your entire units. The enemy was always close, sometimes just over the next hill. A flicker of light or a column of smoke was all it took for shells to rain down. Soldiers quickly learned warmth and hot food weren't worth the risk. Every decision, lighting a stove, smoking a cigarette, became a tactical calculation. The front line became a world without fire, where even a cup of tea could cost lives. Soldiers adapted, suppressing the basic human urge for warmth and companionship around a flame. They became masters of stealth, living in shadows, where normal life was a liability. The smallest mistake, a careless ember, a drifting smoke trail, could be deadly. Survival depended on discipline, ingenuity, and the ability to endure the cold. Meals were cold, comfort was rare, and every action was weighed against the threat of annihilation. The fireless front shaped daily existence, dictating what soldiers ate and how they found solace. In this harsh world, survival meant adapting to life without one of humanity's oldest tools. The lesson was clear. On the battlefield, fire meant death. Only those who learned this quickly would live to see another day. With fire too dangerous, armies turned to cold, ready-to-eat rations. British soldiers survived on tins of bully beef and rock-hard biscuits, long-lasting but hardly appetizing. Meals were monotonous, the same tinned meat, the same biscuits, day after day. These rations were fuel, not food for the soul. Yet small comforts mattered. Chocolate bars were treasured, saved for moments of exhaustion. Tea leaves were included in every pack, a ritual, even if brewed lukewarm, that reminded soldiers of home. These rations could be dropped from planes, hauled over bombed roads, and eaten in the dark. Soldiers cursed the food, but ate it, because it kept them alive. The fireless front demanded practicality over pleasure. Every meal was a reminder. Survival came first, taste came last. In the end, these tins and biscuits were as vital as any weapon. They were the backbone of endurance on the front lines. Still, the craving for warmth never faded. Soldiers invented ways to heat food without giving away their position. The Tommy cooker, a tiny, nearly smokeless stove, let them warm tea or stew in secret. Chemical heat tablets like hexamine provided a quick, low-profile heat source. Meals were prepared in hidden corners, under ponchos, or deep in trenches. Every use was a risk, but the comfort of a hot drink was often worth it. These small technologies were lifelines, tools for sanity as much as sustenance. On the fireless front, even a flicker of warmth was an act of defiance. Ingenuity kept hope alive, one heated tin at a time. For tank crews and drivers, the engine itself became a secret kitchen. Hot engines doubled as stovetops. Tins of stew or bread were warmed on the manifold. Crews learned the best hot spots and wrapped food to heat it evenly. The engine's warmth dried socks and gloves too, a small comfort in the cold. This fireless cooking forged a bond between soldiers and their machines. For those in vehicles, the engine was more than power. It was home, transport, and kitchen in one. A hot meal safely prepared was a rare luxury envied by infantry on foot. In the Russian winter, or Ardennes, cold was as deadly as bullets. Rations froze solid, tins became ice blocks, bread turned to stone. Soldiers thawed food with body heat, tucking tins inside their coats. Water froze too. Canteens were kept close to the skin or filled with snow to melt. Even opening a tin with numb fingers was a struggle. Meals were cold, greasy, and barely edible, but every calorie counted. Adaptation was survival, storing food against the skin, melting snow, eating fast before it froze again. The cold demanded constant ingenuity. Eating became a battle in itself. Yet soldiers endured, learning tricks to outlast the elements. These hard-won skills were as vital as marksmanship. On the frozen front, survival was a test of both body and will. Every meal was a victory over the cold. Official rations rarely satisfied hunger or morale. Soldiers foraged, gathering berries, roots and mushrooms, or digging up potatoes in abandoned fields. Country boys taught others what was safe to eat, turning the land into a hidden larder. Barter with locals brought fresh bread, eggs, or cheese, traded for cigarettes, chocolate, or soap. These exchanges were more than transactions. They were moments of human connection. Sharing food with civilians or receiving a gift in return reminded soldiers of life beyond war. Foraged and bartered food was a taste of peace in a world of conflict. These small acts of kindness and resourcefulness nourished both body and spirit. On the front, every extra bite was a reminder of shared humanity. Survival depended on comradeship as much as rations. Soldiers pooled food, shared parcels from home, and added scrounged finds to the communal pot. Sharing a meal, even a meager one, built bonds and boosted morale. Scrounging, finding extra supplies or trading with other units, was a valued skill. These acts weren't just about food, they were about hope and solidarity. The story of Fireless food is a story of adaptation, innovation, and care for one another. In the end, it was these small victories, shared stew, a scrounged loaf, a cup of tea, that sustained the will to fight. The Fireless front lines of WW2 are a lesson in resilience and adaptability. Soldiers learned to innovate, using chemical heaters, engine blocks, and whatever they had to survive. Survival was about creative problem-solving, not just toughness. Psychological resilience mattered as much as physical endurance. Small comforts, a hot drink, a shared meal, kept hope alive. These lessons remain timeless. Adapt, support each other, and find strength in ingenuity. The story of Fireless food is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit.